I think it's about time to talk about Cody Rhodes. And my problem with Cody Rhodes is not on him, right? It's the people who are booking him. Okay? He's been the same character for about 3 years now, and it's getting old. Right? I know there's some kids who look at him like the next Cena, but he's not as good as Cena. Let's be serious here, alright? And my main problem is that he's booked to be unstoppable. It looks like no one could beat him. Someone like Drew McIntyre beating him would sound crazy to most people, which is insane to me. Drew McIntyre's like 2 feet taller than him, 50 pounds more than him, and he's more charismatic. Drew McIntyre is basically better in every way, but he's stuck behind Cody Rhodes' shadow. He can't even win the world title. When he won the world title, he got cashed in on by Damian Priest. And here's the thing. If Cody Rhodes was actually exciting, and he was a great champion, and he was giving us great stories, great feuds, I wouldn't be complaining. But we're not getting great feuds. We're not getting great stories. It's the same Cody Rhodes every week. If you want to actually bring some excitement to your show on SmackDown, which is the worst show out of NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, but your A champion is on that show, I think it's time to change the champion, or at least change his role. Maybe he should turn heel. That would bring some excitement. That would have a cool story. But knowing Triple H, it wouldn't even make sense. He would probably just crash out on Jey Uso, and then that's the story. I don't know. Something stupid. But the problem is, we're getting the same old Cody Rhodes that we've seen for 3 years. That can be a little boring. And he's been champion for about 2 years, right? I'm not counting when John Cena beat him, because that was such a short time, and Cody Rhodes got it right back, right? So I want to name the people that he's defended his title against, right? Or won his title against, right? Roman Reigns, okay? AJ Styles, Logan Paul, Solo Sikoa, Kevin Owens, Gunther, and John Cena. That is 7 people. 7 people in 2 years. And I did my research. I compared that to CM Punk's 2012 reign. He had 14 defenses. So CM Punk, in less time, had double the amount of defenses. And I would have way more respect for Cody Rhodes if he was actually on his show every week. He's barely on the show. We need our champions to be on the show. We need our champions to actually be involved in storylines. Cody Rhodes, I'm going to be honest here. What storyline is Cody Rhodes in right now? Does anyone know? In the comment section, please let me know what story Cody Rhodes is currently in. Because I'm thinking I can't remember, and if it is, that is part of the problem. Why isn't our main champion part of a huge story? He's in nothing right now. Right? You look at CM Punk. CM Punk has something with Bron Breakker, which is actually, it's interesting, right? We have the Masked Man. That's part of CM Punk's story because he's getting affected by it. I don't understand where this, Cody Rhodes is a legend. He doesn't need to show up on the show. Since when did Cody Rhodes become a legend? This guy is still in his, prime years, right? I don't know how old he is. He's probably in his 40s. And if he can't show up on the show every week, then it's time to move on. It's not like he's a great champion where whenever he's on the show, it's an A+ show. It's time to move on. We have young guys that you need to develop into stars. And you had 2 years of Cody Rhodes walking around as the A guy. I'm the QB1, right? 2 years, and there's still not a guy who is booked in a way to beat Cody Rhodes, right? And that's on the WWE. That's on Triple H. We have Obafemi who's going to get called up soon, who should demolish a Cody Rhodes. But knowing Triple H, they would probably have Cody Rhodes win. I don't know how. From a freaking crossroads. He's probably going to win from a crossroads, and Obafemi's not buried, but I think that would hurt Obafemi a lot. Right? Let's talk about Bron Breakker real quick. Bron Breakker is this is the best Bron Breakker has ever looked, in my opinion. Even in NXT, this is the best he's ever looked. He got called up early, didn't really do much. He won the IC champion in a week. No notable feuds or rivalries that he had in the mid-card. Right? But that's not on him. That's on the booker, Triple H. But Triple H has done a good job of building this Bron Breakker in the Visionaries. And Bron Breakker, to his credit, has gotten so much better on the mic. He's become more believable. He's found his character. And I'm happy for him, right? He should beat CM Punk in this match. We should have a new world champion. But knowing Triple H and the long-term storytelling, he's going to have Bron Breakker lose, and Bron Breakker's probably going to win the Royal Rumble, and he's going to come after CM Punk, which is just in my opinion, that would be horrific. That would be the dumbest thing ever. Right? We've already seen that match, and I talked about this in my last video. This is the thing that he does. Right? I'm just looking at his history. Right? They had Gunther and Jey Uso battle each other 3 times before the WrestleMania match. Why would anyone want to watch that match again? But that's what he did. So I have a very bad feeling that after this Bron Breakker and CM Punk match, we're going to basically just get a rematch at WrestleMania. And I'm speaking for a lot of people. We don't want to see a rematch. We want to see a match that has anticipation. Right? We don't want to see something that we've already seen and it's not going to be all that. Now let's talk about something that we've already seen 3 times, and that's the Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes feud. It looks like that's going to be this WrestleMania main event again for the 3rd time or 4th time. Honestly, I can't keep count. And this is why the booking and the writers for the show is just horrible. Why can't you book another star in a position where, okay, it's believable that he can go against a CM Punk, or it's believable that he can go against a Cody Rhodes? It feels like there's only like 2 characters that they've done that to, and that's Bron Breakker and Obafemi. But Obafemi, that had nothing to do with Triple H. That's all to do with Shawn Michaels and the NXT. Okay? Same, honestly, with Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker came out already a top guy, basically. He won his IC title in like a week. So that's all credited to Shawn Michaels. Let's be honest here. And at least they're giving Austin Theory another chance, right? That's someone who I guess they're currently pushing. He's in a storyline. He's the new masked man, or the unmasked man now. So let's see what they do with Austin Theory. Hopefully they don't screw this up, because this is something that they can build on, and he can become a top guy just from the story alone. But it's how they continue this story and how they develop his character. And there really is only one guy that Triple H has successfully pushed, and that's Gunther. This is the guy that Triple H is like, he's the future when he's 40 years old. He's 40 years old, but he's the future of the company. Tell me how that makes sense. It really doesn't. Right? If we want the future of the WWE to succeed, John Cena's last match should have been Bron Breakker, an Obafemi, someone coming out of NXT maybe, any young star who needed a push. They would have instantly became one of the top heels of the business. We're acting like, oh, only Gunther could have done this. Only Gunther could have had this type of heel. No. He got that type of heel because he submitted John Cena. That's why. If Bron Breakker submitted John Cena, the same thing would have happened. If Obafemi submitted John Cena, same thing would have happened. These guys would have gotten heat. Even a Drew McIntyre. Like, what have we been doing with McIntyre? It feels like he's been suspended for half of the year. Every match he has, he loses. Like, what are we doing with Drew? Drew McIntyre should be the top guy right now. Drew McIntyre should be competing against the Roman Reigns as the top guy of the company. Not Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. It should be Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, and then Cody Rhodes is below that with a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. That's where Cody Rhodes should be. Cody Rhodes should be where Sami Zayn is at. That's really where Cody Rhodes should be. Top of the mid-card. And then he can go hang out with Jey Uso anytime he wants. So Jey Uso will be at the bottom of the mid-card. And then WWE's fixed. And this is going to be the end of my video. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back covering SmackDown.